Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
If you've been with me for quite some time, then you would know about the police shortage videos that I have put out over the years. Well, they are in desperation mode, y'all. They are now offering bigger salaries to anyone that would come to the police department to work. But is it working? Well, it isn't. You know, I think being a police officer in America is so badly tarnished. I think even offering more money is not going to be a solution to this problem. So, ladies and gentlemen, many of them around the country and police departments are saying that they are still very understaffed and they need people to come and join the department, and they have tried everything. Now they have on the table more money. So people weren't even talking to each other. A lot of members were openly telling me if somebody asked me they're thinking about becoming a cop, I told them, no way, don't come here. Everybody hates us. Everybody is leaving, going anywhere else. Wow. So this is Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara. So they said they have been understaffed by 40% since 2020. After all, this is the police force where Derek Chauvin openly murdered George Floyd. Across the US since 2020, police forces in major cities have shrunk. In response, many are giving officers large pay boosts, but many says it takes far more than money to draw people to policing and keep them there. According to the Police Executive Research Forum, a number of officers employed by large agencies is around 5% lower than it was 4 years ago. O'Hara says residents experience the effects of having fewer investigators and fewer officers on the streets. It means much longer response time for certain things. It doesn't mean that we're forgetting about the cases, but it does mean we are prioritizing. He says officers have less time to check in and less direct contact with community members. They rely more now on single officer cars. There's a fear that calling for backup could take longer than it used to. Typically, city officials calculate the number of officers needed to deem a department fully staffed based on a variety of factors, including population levels, crime trends, and budget allocations. But there is no magic, and the evidence is mixed on whether more officers or more money spent on policing predicts crime rates. This is according to researchers. Ben Grunwald, a legal professor at Duke University, says not enough is known to say definitively what the best number of police officers actually is. If you talk to police chief and law enforcement experts, they'll tell you we need more officers because officers help reduce violent crime and help other problems with communities. On the other hand, you can talk to activists who will tell you no, we don't need more officers. We need fewer officers because police officers cause a lot of social harm to communities. I actually agree with that. I think they cause more harm than good. And police do not bring the crime down because there are many cities when they were fully staffed where the crime was still going through the roof. They did not bring the crime down. They never have. That's just some garbage, propaganda garbage that's said. But in reality, we have never seen crime go down because of policing. So, anyway, Chuck Wexler, executive of Perf, said that large agencies struggling to recruit and retain police is a sign of the times. The challenge of American policing right now is you have more resignations and retirements and less people who want to become officers, he says. So departments have tried to incentivize. Well, that's because y'all have made policing look so ugly. We really do. Look at how policing is spoken about in the media. And look at your media that when there's a murderous cop on the force, and if the victim is Black, the media in America become defense attorneys for the cop. And not to mention, we have seen some of the most vile, unfriendly, unpeople like cops. I think on the planet, I think their arrogance comes from the fact that they know no matter what they do, it is rare for them to face any type of jail. Rare. You could probably count on one hand of how many cops go to jail for their misconduct or murdering an innocent person. You probably can count it on one hand. It's very few. They make sure they keep them out of jail and out of trouble at all costs. And really, the bottom line is many of them shouldn't even be there in the first place. So, at least 20 major US cities, money is the primary incentive. Thousands of police officers across the country have received large pay boosts since the start of 2023. New cadets in Austin receive a $15,000 signing bonus. In Washington, D.C., the hiring bonus is $25,000. In May, the Seattle City Council approved a 23% increase to the starting salary of its police officers. In Kansas City, the 2024-2025 budget includes a 30% increase in policing salaries. Earlier this month, Minneapolis City Council approved a 22% raise over the next 3 years for officers, a pay bump that would cost the city an extra $9 million. Critics of these increases are angered that these increases are going to police when the department has cost the city tens of millions of dollars in police misconduct. Exactly. They have to pay out so much on police misconduct that yeah, and I understand they're saying it's ridiculous to give them all these increases, and they are 100% responsible for all of the police misconduct that the citizens got to constantly pay out on. And you notice they never complain about that. But if you say reparations, they are complaining. But all of the unnecessary money If your cop just would be professional, you would never have all of these payouts going on. But because they run out in the streets like animals, you got to pay this. No complaints, not one complaint. O'Hara says that's exactly why they need higher pay. If you want quality policing, which we never get, we're going to have to pay quality wages. We never get that. And we're not going to get it if you give them more money. Well, give us an example on when the Black community have seen professional policing. If y'all got an example of it, please put it in the comment section. So, anyway, it's just an extremely difficult job, and there are just not people interested in this, O'Hara said. That's because the way y'all show policing, it looks terrible. Y'all have made policing look terrible. So anyway, the pay, I think, is not the only thing, but it's an essential component of being able to turn this thing around. Ladies, and policing is so bad in America, you couldn't turn it around even if you got on your hands and knees and prayed to white Jesus. It would not turn nothing around. We chose to be law enforcement officers. People choose to be teachers, choose to be nurses. You know what you're getting into when you do it, but then you're not always happy with the paycheck when you get it. All right. So this is what one officer said. So anyway, I don't care if a cop is unhappy with their paycheck. Go do something else. Who said that policing is etched in stone for you for the rest of your life? If you know you're not getting the kind of salary you want from policing, move on to something else. So, y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. I am not surprised that police departments all around the country are still struggling with being understaffed, but I think they brought it on themselves when you were flying high out here taking people down that were no threat to you, and they were unarmed, just like Sonia Massey. You know, those are the kind of people, soft targets with no weapons. Those are the kind of people that y'all like going after. And it got to the point where people are just fed up. So when you whine about not having enough staff and a not, and the salary and everything, it's really falling upon deaf ears. And that's exactly where it deserves to be, on deaf ears. You can't ask a community of people to be empathetic when your cops show no empathy towards them whatsoever. And all y'all can do is come in the comment section talking about good cops as if that is making the situation better. If good cops were the answer to everything, then we wouldn't see all this misconduct going on out here. So obviously, good cops are not the answer. And they certainly can't resolve what's going on here. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.